Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Steve, and tonight we'll be playing some Cypher System with my awesome cast of friends here. We have, well, you know who Nerdarchy's Ted is, I'm pretty sure, but we have staff writers and also professional authors Megan R. Miller and Stephen Partridge in the house, as well as our very own Nerditor Doug, the content director over on Nerdarchy, the website, and he does so much more. Um, and we're going to be playing The Moon Rises, kind of my sci-fi fantasy mashup of Flash Gordon meets Thundarr the Barbarian, all the fun things from my childhood. And with that, we're just gonna jump in. I'm gonna assume people have been following along for a while, and we'll go around quick introduction of characters and what you recall happening last. So this way, I can remember what happened last. Let's start. We're gonna start with Goggles tonight.
Oh goodness, of course you picked me. Hi, I'm playing Goggles. Goggles is the mecha alien tech submariner. And oh my gosh, what happened last night? I am trying to remember. I remember I rolled a nat one and it was bad because I do that a lot apparently. Shoot. You know what? I am at a loss. Come back to me. Can you come back to me? Is that allowed? Can
We
I
can
pass?
pass. We'll pass it up to the spaceman.
All right,
Okay, I'll pass the spaceman.
Okay.
It's been a day.
I'm Nerder Doug. I'm playing Grig, who is basically a space ghost trapped in a spacesuit. And my memory of last time involved confronting Marina the Merciless, who was inhabiting the petrified stone bodies of the leaders of Deadfall Downs. And we realized that we had wormed our way into her head because she self-referred to herself as Marinera. She also referred to us as heroes, which I thought was pretty cool. The stone people could not be contained in the warehouse, and they busted out, and a series of hilariously bad ones from the player base all night was actually pretty fun. And we came out on top like you do. And then the little refugee survivor of her attack on Deadfall Downs, Lilac, who I had earlier scanned some interesting energy readings from, began to display those very readings. And also on a side note, I realized I've been playing the game wrong the whole time, and it was causing me to be, my pools to roller coaster up and down, but I'm just gonna keep playing like that because it's fun, so. Whoever's next can take it from there.
All right, we'll go to our monkey man.
Hey everybody, Blue is in fact that a humanoid spider monkey, and I definitely recall, as we came upon this this village, that there were a lot of people who had died in some kind of fight. Blue, without missing a beat, is looking around trying to find survivors, and lo and behold, a little purplish child, scurried out from in her little hidey hole, gathered some information about the attack, and really think that she is the last one alive. She showed us as to where the mercenaries were taking the villagers that never left. It was this big open hangar that was large enough for Marinara, or Marina the Merciless, house that was being carted around by these monstrous figures, into this thing. We suspected that, she's some kind of Gorgon-esque creature because she is the one that turns them to stone. We had a little fight, a little contact with her. The crazy antics that, Doug referenced totally went on, taking the steel cable, lassoing it around, one of them running around in circles, having the team pull on it, and they all just kind of tied themselves together in total cartoon style. Yeah, lots of fun. And we ended with Lilac, who had sheltered herself away, saying she doesn't feel well. So yeah, definitely worried about us having to go and fight this lone survivor.
How about our favorite Little Red Riding Hood in a gas mask?
Well, You know, I mean, I feel like the object of the game is to say something that nobody else said, and I feel like everybody said everything.
That
I
might
know
be
that we
fair
were
enough.
we were breaking chunks off of the statue people, and that didn't kill them, but the chunks that we broke off did not continue to move after we broke them off. I remember that.
What about our Mariner Martian? Circling
Okay.
back.
Now I have context for why I was thinking what I was, because all I was thinking was hold the door, because we totally were trying to prevent them from getting out the door while Blue was like sniping them with his ancient rifle. That makes so much more sense now. I was like, hold the door. Why am I holding the door? They tore off the door because they're terrible, and then tried to make me into a door burrito, which was also bad because I rolled badly. Thankfully, Grig swooped down with his anti-gravity self and rescued my character. Meanwhile, Red and Blue were just owning these stone things like nobody's business because they are the Red and Blue teams.
With that, we jump into where we left off. You had returned to the lone survivor, Lilac, little girl in overalls and denim overalls and a red and white striped shirt with a knit cap and pigtails. If you're old enough to remember the Brady Bunch, just think Cindy Brady, but in shades of purples and lavenders. And she is on the ground, hunched over, clasping her stomach. You can see she looks like she's sweating, and she had just proclaimed, I don't feel so good. It hurts. And then with that, you kind of hear the breaking of bones as her hands and feet and limbs begin to elongate, and pieces of fur begin to poke through her flesh, colored in the same theme that she is, more purples and lavenders. Her eyes kind of go wide as her jaw begins to elongate, and it doesn't take long, but at the same time it feels like forever as Lilac's body is rearranged into a bestial, hairy creature. The ears look like either a cat or wolves, elongated snout of a beast, somewhere between feline and canine, long claws. A cat-like tail protrudes from what's left of her clothing, most of which has been shredded. And now she's as big, if not bigger than Goggles. And lets out a blood-curdling scream of bestial rage, tinged with a little bit of a voice of that little girl, a scream of agony and pain. It looks like no animal you've ever seen before. The eyes are like glowing with the purple. There's like a crown of horns around the head. Bony protrusions out, the spine all the way down onto the tail, and the jaws are just salivating. It's pouring as it looks hungrily upon the group.
Is the moon up?
No, the moon is not up.
Oh.
I say,
Okay.
stand back. I don't have any flesh to eat. And I'll sort of take just a ginger step forward and scan Lilac.
Okay, so
since I have no body, I'm thinking she won't bite me. But I could be totally wrong. But that's what I'm thinking. So, and I'm gonna spend my points.
spend away. And the beast utters words.
Easy, big fella.
The sorceress promised me someplace warm to stay. This creature is delicious. I can taste her terror and
Hey,
Does
hey.
my
Hey, now.
my if I'm able to scan, I'm curious if the scan results have any similarity to the Baraphant,
And
like as far as like the energy source or just any kind of
so, can you detect
it's their difficulty and then whatever the GM deigns worthy of telling. It's pretty
So
much-
the difficulty is easy enough. That is a 4,
Ooh.
right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, you get that same reading again. You get that other number. That's the low number, the 1.
You're
Still-
right.
It's still there, and radiating off of this creatures is just waves of energy that are unlike anything you've seen before. I don't think
Okay.
you've had much experience with magic,
Not
and
at all.
this it doesn't seem like anything. Not radiation, not electricity, not fire. This energy type is completely foreign and alien to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So hold up. Like, I don't, if you were doing any devouring, cease aforementioned devouring. We can talk about this.
It did speak, right?
Oh yeah, it did speak.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. It is going to live a very long time. In me, its terror and fear is delicious, like worms wriggling through my belly.
Okay. So you're eating her fear then. That's what you're doing?
It is just one of the flavors that I savor.
So
And
emotions.
it looks at you hungrily as it says that.
Okay. All right. How do you feel about anger?
What about anger?
Do you like it?
All the human emotions are delicious to me.
So I will then proceed to strip a glove and hold a hand out, and I'll be like, okay, then come to me and leave her alone.
Oh my gosh.
I say very interesting.
I just keep thinking that I don't think we've seen Red take her gloves off before. I don't know. This one is so innocent. You don't look so innocent.
Oh no, I definitely ain't that, but let me tell you, when you're not innocent, you feel things in a whole other level.
She's right. I mean, we're constantly in perilous situations that cause us to feel extreme emotions. Anger, fear, curiosity even.
So you would
Even happiness
sacrifice
sometimes.
yourself for this one.
Well, she's still in there, isn't she?
Indeed she is. I'm sensing both energy signatures.
She is.
Okay. Well, so here's what I'm offering. Okay? You come with me. We'll make this a team deal. You get a say. But it's like, we come to an agreement and shit. And you can just, based on whatever it is I'm feeling at the moment, just fine.
There's a part of me that would love to take you up on that offer. But unfortunately, I've already struck a bargain.
Okay. And what exactly did you promise?
I promised to destroy any of those that come looking for my mistresses.
Ah. I see. Well, she's not looking for your mistress.
She is but a vassal.
Okay. Did you have to fight her for control?
That's the best part. It's just a little girl.
I slow grin. I'm like, and don't you think that the best Like the easiest way to stop me would be from the inside.
Yeah, an
Then,
excellent point.
then we will murder all of your friends. With that,
Okay.
like, sickeningly wide grin spreads across the snout.
If you win, we will. I say, fully confident that they can take me.
Oh no.
I'm 100% confident in your willpower, Red.
So while
Proved
all
it
of this
time
is
and time
going
again.
on, while all of this is going on, can I go back and grab some of that steel cable?
Slink away.
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Like a sneaking check? I mean,
Yeah.
that thing that I'm specialized in?
Oh yeah, you're really good at that.
Yeah.
Is this a 4?
No. It's got special abilities. Let's see. It is a 7.
It is a 7. All right, so that would bring it down to a 5. So I will go ahead and I will. I'm going to spend 2 levels of effort. So that's 7 down to 9. And I don't do it. That's a 2.
It lightning fast. It reaches out and grabs your hand, Red,
Okay.
and the it's almost like its skin begins to slough off and creep up your hand and your arm and cover you, and then it goes inside of your sleeve.
She's making a face, and this thing can probably feel like the utter disgust, like just radiating from the inside of her. There's a reason that she keeps her entire body covered most of the time.
Yeah, and it looks like you can see underneath the clothing that Red wears, it's like moving and wriggling. But Red, what you feel is it's not inside your sleeve; it's inside your skin.
Yep. I kind of figured that's where this was going.
It's in your arm, as it kind of does it, it's almost like it's being pulled from its feet into itself and then into Red's arm. It begins to scream, and at first it's this bestial roar of rage, but begins to get shrill and high pitched as a little girl's scream cuts the air. As this thing is kind of sloughing off of Lilac, what's left underneath is kind of melting down to the little girl, this little dirty, mostly naked girl, because all of her clothes have been kind of shredded, and she's screaming until the last bit of it snaps into Red. And you just see the rippling underneath of all of her clothing, but Red, it's not on the outside, but on the inside. Give me a intellect defense.
Okay, cool. Am I allowed to spend points on this?
You can. So it is going to be a 6.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to spend points on this.
Whoa, yeah. Woo.
Okay.
Unless Dave meant the difficulty was 2 and he was just telling you the target number.
Nope.
Somehow I doubt it. All right, what's the
time.
target number for difficulty 6?
18.
All right, so I use edge to bring that down then?
Yeah.
That's how that works? Okay, and then can I spend intellect on top
Yeah,
of that?
so so what you're doing is using your effort. If you have edge, that reduces the cost for you.
Okay. So what can I bring this down to, and what do I have to spend to do it? I'm sorry, I know I should know the rules better than
No,
this
no,
by
that's
now,
fine.
but
So you guys are tier 2, so you can spend up to 2 effort. So that would cost 5 points to bring it down twice.
okay.
And then you would subtract whatever edge you have in intellect from that 5.
Okay.
So spending
All
2
right,
to drop it from
cool.
18.
Got it. All right, so now what do I need to hit? Like, what number am I shooting for?
A 12.
A 12, okay. Like those odds. And 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so it kind of rips at you from the inside. You may attempt to attack back, but you have to use you only have your intellect stat to kind of
That's my
fight with.
highest score, so I'm fine with this.
Okay.
Whew.
Okay. That'll be a 4 on my offense. I think I prefer having my bigger number on my defense right now, since we're battling in my brain.
Yeah. So in your mind, what you see, you're in this bleak wasteland. And it could have been any number of the places that you've visited in your life thus far. There's junk all about. There's a lot of it, but it still feels really bleak here anyway. Before you stands a red-skinned creature with bat's wings. The thing is looming over you, easily, twice as tall as you, with powerfully muscled, corded limbs that seem to be bulging. It has got, an overbite and an underbite to the point where they just look like tusks jutting out of its mouth, sharp teeth, red-rimmed, bloodshot yellow eyes look down upon you. It's got, a large set of horns, then like a crown of horns around it with, spikes going all the way down its back, down its tail. It is only basically wearing a loincloth. It is cloven hooves. And it's trying to swipe at you and rip at you with claws.
Are you a demon?
I am. And once I am done shredding your mind, I'm going to ride your body through this world. I'm going to eat that little girl, and then I'm going to eat your friends.
What are you doing slumming it with marinara?
There are only certain ways into this world, and that is one of them that I found. With that, a claw swipes down at where you're standing.
All right, is that the attack from the good defense?
This is a new attack.
Oh, this is a new attack. Okay, so do I need to spend points to
roll, spend points, whatever you want to do? If you have any ideas, I'm open to whatever you want to try and do.
Is this all happening like in a split second?
Yes, like you guys are kind of witnessing. This is kind of happening as you witness the thing sliding over.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. As this is going on, Red just very inappropriately finds it hilarious. Like, this big guy is working for marinara, and just the fact that we are having this ridiculous battle in our heads right now, she just finds that really funny. So what she's gonna do is as she's trying to dodge around and fight back on this thing, she is pulling that amusement around herself because he seemed to like the negative emotions more. And she clings to that like a lifeline.
It grins and kind of throws its head back, and it kind of like a expression of pure pleasure as it does. So it seems slightly distracted. You can have one asset.
Yes, good. Okay. I proceed to spend points again. And I should probably cool it on that after this if I have the option to do so. So, like, okay, so it was 12 last time. What am I shooting for now?
So it'll actually be one step easier, so it'll be a 9.
Okay, cool.
But
16.
Dave, are we able to do anything, offer any kind of encouragement or?
Yeah, that's why I'd asked if it was all like split second.
So I will let you guys kind of interact as a 2-for-1. So for every 2 rounds that goes by on them in the Mindscape, you guys can take an action.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
So things are kind of happening faster there.
Yeah.
So
At the speed of thought.
At the speed of thought. Yeah. So again, you juke out of the
That's
way.
cool.
It slams into another pile of junk, sending it flying. Little thing, how long can you do this for? You should
Forever.
just lay down. Maybe I'll even let you out sometime.
Oh, what? Lay down and let you ride me? No, I don't think so. I'm not that easy. Gonna have to buy me dinner first.
Oh, I'm going to feed you such things. So the rest of you can take an action if you'd like.
Grig will move over to Lilac and just sort of like shield / comfort her in his squishy spacesuit body. And also, I will erase her memory of the last 5 minutes and the pain that was caused there. And I'll say to Goggles, I believe she might be engaging in a psychic battle with a magical entity. Do you think maybe you could access that mindscape with the help of the Giznor?
I don't know. I can certainly try.
It's all theoretical. I gotta get back to that mindscape.
So Greg, as you do that, I'm going to insert a GM intrusion now. And
yeah, bring it on.
It works. You get a 1 point of experience, and you can give one away.
Oh, okay. I'll give one to Goggles and say
thank you.
And hoping that whatever he does helps. And I don't see Blue around because where'd he go?
I'm here. I didn't get away unobserved, so apparently I didn't.
Well, you still just because you didn't get away
did.
Unobserved doesn't mean you're not sneaking away.
Okay.
I mean, you just got noticed. So Greg, you successfully do what you attempted to, but there's a side effect.
Okay.
You experience the memories you're taking away from Lilac right now, as if you were living them yourself.
Okay. Oh, that's painful.
It is, and it can all happen just in your mindscape.
Display
so,
on my screen goes like static and everything while that's happening. It's just like
so Greg is stunned for a round.
Sure.
As you and you experience this being.
I experience like the transformation process then?
You experience the transformation process. You experience the being for what it really is. And you understand intuitively that that energy that you observed is magic and sorcery. And if Greg was not a religious man before, he might be now because he understands that demons and devils truly do exist. And,
this is like a demon from like hell, sort of.
Like totally anything, and very biblical in every sense of the word.
There's a little part of his intellect in there that just like has a far distant view of himself that happening, and he's like, "That's interesting."
Goggles. Okay, so true to Goggles' motif, he is going to give Red a hug and try to project himself and the Giznor into her to try to help her with whatever's going on.
Thank you.
Oh man, this is getting wild and weird.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know if this will work or not. It might not work.
We're going to go back to that in a moment. Blue.
All right. So, apparently I snuck away, while all of this was going on. I was not expecting, all of this to happen. So I'm pretty perceptive. So I'm gonna say I heard, Grig saying, this whole psychic, attack. So similar to what Goggles is doing, I want to just kind of go up to Red, but since her glove is off, I just want to put my hand in hers and show that there is like a physical contact to the rest of us, and see if that can be an asset for whatever it is that she's trying to do.
Okay. And then so we go back to Goggles. Goggles, you find yourself standing in a huge junkyard, a wasteland full of junk everywhere. You kind of like move out of the way as a car, a rusted out husk of a car comes toppling down from a pile of junk that it's just been smashed out of the way. And you see on the other side of what used to be this pile of junk, this demonic looking creature, and Red kind of dancing around it, trying to hack at it with her hook swords.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If this is my mindscape, do I look like how I see myself rather than how I actually look?
That is up to you. It can be, yes.
So Goggles, she's taller in here.
Okay. I'll shout to Red, I told you, you're never alone, and I go charging.
So so Goggles appears from behind the pile of junk that was just smashed out of the way. Version of Goggles that you've seen where he just looks like a being of psychic energy. And
interesting.
Goggles, you can make an attack if you want. If that's what you're attempting to do.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help her out. So, that's a 4.
4 on the die?
Yeah, I don't think that does anything.
4 on the die is not going to do anything. And then Red, you can make an attack. You feel more confident as you feel a warm sensation that kind of flows up the hand that you ungloved.
All right. So my attempted attack here is going to be to use, like, I want to bring the earth up and like encase this guy in stone, because this is my mind. I can do what I want with it. So that is my attempted projected attack at this moment. Do I have 17?
So 17.
Ooh.
Yes.
So what is it you're going for?
Okay, so he's standing in my mind. I'm gonna take the earth around him and swallow him with it. So, like, just bring it up like a casket. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Naruto, but like there's the sand guy. Like, we'll like put people in sand coffins. I'm kind of trying to do that.
Okay, so are you trying to restrain it or like damage it?
More damage it.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to do that, like in your mind. You summon up the earth around it and kind of like make this spiked sarcophagus that slams on top of it. Doing the same damage your hook swords would have done. Plus the roll. So 5 points of damage as it impales it with stone made of your mind. But it begins thrashing around as you do, and throwing chunks of the earth off. And it roars, "You're strong, little one, stronger than I thought, and your friends are here too. But they're still going to die by your hand." And it tries to slam its horned head down upon where you are.
All right. I'm sorry, I'm just like looking at my pool and man, hit points are a resource. Okay, what is my difficulty here?
It attacks at a
Jump on the
6.
roller coaster, Red.
Attacks at a 6.
Get on the roller coaster.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It attacks at a 6. Do I still have the asset of my friends helping me?
For offense, you do. For defense.
Okay, for defense, not so much. All right. Well, in that case, yeah, I gotta go ahead and spend the points. I really don't like my odds if I don't. Can't keep this up forever, but I can sure try. I got a 17 again.
Oh, nice.
I like these dice. I got these dice for my birthday.
Yeah, bolstered.
They're red, like red.
Perfect.
Bolstered by the fact that the only thing standing between you and you murdering your friends and that helpless little girl is nothing. And with the the encouragement of Blue from the outside, you can feel his presence, his gloomy and doominess that you've come to lean on. And
yeah, you want to know what else I've realized? I've realized he's standing right next to me and probably not ready to defend himself. So if I lose, he's gonna get crushed. So
that as well. And then Goggles somehow managing to appear within your mind and fight alongside of you. Goggles, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just gonna keep trying to hit him because 80s cartoon logic. Brute forcing in the mind can't be a bad thing ever, right?
No, it can't.
All right, let's see. What is the number I'm trying to hit?
You are trying to hit a 6.
6. I'm not going to spend might because I only have 7 left. So
Yeah, well, that's good because you can't spend might in here. In here, it's all intellect.
Oh, okay. I have more intellect than might right now. I'm still just going to roll for it and we'll see what happens. Leave it to the dice. I got a 7.
Oh,
that was close. But it's a 6 difficulty, which multiplies by 3 to an 18, right?
Yes.
So I'm not even close.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, nope, I got a 7. So no way. So just whiff.
So with that, it kind of grins at the two of you. Both of you give me a 4 defense as it kind of like points a hand towards each of you, and its arm kind of transforms into just spikes that shoot to one big spike that elongates and reaches towards each of you, towards your chest.
Man, this is epic.
17. What's with the 17 defense rolls?
It's better than the ones we were having last week.
That's very true. That's very true.
I'll take a bunch of 17s.
What do you got there, Red?
I got a 4.
It lances through your chest, bursting out your back for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
In a spray of blood and gore, and then and then afterwards it instantly like sucks back into its clawed hands. You get a gaping hole in your chest right now. It's a bit disconcerting, Goggles.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Is there any physical ramification visible from the outside?
No, not really. You see her like body kind of like rippling, and you see like parts of the transformation that you just witnessed kind of wanting to happen.
I need you to understand that Red will die talking shit. So what she says is, yeah, that would have hurt if I had a heart.
Don't worry, little one. We're going to be heartless together soon. That was 7 mental intellect.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
Is there any sign of this thing, slowing down or, signs of weariness?
From your standpoint?
Well, from their standpoint. I'm not even there to say anything.
Yeah. I was going to say, from your standpoint, things have gone happening really fast. Red, you can attack if you wish.
Okay. So, all right. He's gonna come at me with this demonic spike attack. I am going to encircle myself in light and just like calmly share it with the resting bitch face though, because again, I will talk shit until I'm dead. 12.
A 12. The light washes over it and begins to burn, but then he like raises a hand and then starts sucking the light all into it, and then kind of just like crushes it. And then, but when the light is gone, you no longer have the hole in your chest. So Greg, you're not stunned anymore. Or no, never mind. You are still stunned.
Yes, there's just
Blue.
flashing image. There's flashing images of hellscapes, and I'm having Event Horizon flashbacks.
Oh no!
During my stun.
So Blue, you're standing there. You're holding Red's hand. Goggles is like kind of standing there drooling on himself with a vacant look in his eyes. As a matter of fact, I think he probably would have sat down and is just kind of just sitting there, staring, not sitting, but like kneeling and like kind of like arms wrapped around Red's waist and kind of leaning on Red. You think Red might be holding Goggles up. Because as you look, like his face looks kind of vacant. So what is Blue doing?
So I was muted. I'm like looking at items on my sheet, a little bit of abilities outside of skills. I am really, I'm really at a loss. So I'm just gonna begin, just rambling off like all of the good memories that we have had together to like try to offer up encouragements to Red and Goggles. Hopefully that can offer some kind of bastion. If there was a way for me to use that to offer as a recovery roll, I would love to do that, but I don't know if that's allowable.
I was going to ask you, how committed are you to doing that?
Completely.
You may roll it as a recovery roll as you pour, your very essence into Red.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. He's just sitting there.
My one action, and that is a 4.
So take 8 points of intellect damage. As Red, you receive 4 points to add back to your pools.
That's very sweet. I like that.
Oh my god, my entire heart.
We can call that a GM intrusion because that was a little dickish. Blue, who do you want to give your experience? Give an experience point to?
So Grig gave one to Goggles.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give one to Red.
Okay. Goggles, what are you doing?
Okay, so I am just gonna keep going at this because I'm not in my own mind. I'm only attacking this thing because I don't want to risk like damaging anything else in case one of these junk cars represents her childhood memories or something.
Oh, real quick though, as you're getting ready to do something, you see a fairy blue portal open in the sky, and this blue light just like an energy pour down on Red and invigorate them. And then it closes as quick as it came, it's gone.
That was really different. You know what? Not gonna get distracted. And I'm gonna try to punch him with my electro hand thing for my avatar thing in the face. Let's see if I can get him 19.
Oh, 19. That's with a minor effect.
Okay, what is my minor effect?
Minor effects are something that you can actually choose, or you can just do extra damage.
Can I cause my minor effect to invigorate Red more when she attacks?
So a minor effect can do up to 3 additional points of damage. If it was an attack, it was something other than attack, it can be a minor result. So I don't know what you want to classify as minor, but I think at this point in time, I think 3 extra damage would probably be beneficial.
Okay, we'll just go with 3 extra damage to hurt this thing more. I have no idea what my weapon does. My unarmed strikes count as medium weapons in the physical world, but I don't know what that does in the mental world.
We'll leave it at medium weapon, so it's 7.
Okay. So I think that's my round then, because I'm just like slugging away at this thing.
Okay. You're becoming quite annoying. And it turns its full attention towards you, Goggles, and runs down with one of those claws. That's gonna be a 6 for the attack.
6 defense.
Yeah.
I
18.
will spend points to lower that. So that brings me down to 11 intellect. So that will put it down to, because I only spent 1 level of effort. So that brings it to a 5, which is a 15.
It is.
So 7. Nope.
And this claw rips right through your energy form into your in the inner self that is kind of like the energy form forms around, doing 7 points of damage.
Ouch. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Maybe I should have chose you instead. You're delicious, and there's so many emotions in there. You're up, Red.
Okay. So, I'm gonna change the landscape a little bit. I'm gonna morph the wasteland around us into what appears to be the inside of an abandoned shopping mall, like the ones where you can pull down the bars and things and close off the shops. And so you can hear the clang as all of those metal doors come slamming down, and I'm like, you're not going anywhere, you're staying right here. And that's a 19. That's a 19.
Ooh.
19 definitely hits.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm I'm attacking him with the shopping mall, these, the cords that are coming down from the ceiling, or just this place is my weapon. I'm lashing at him, he is in my mind. So I will use everything at my disposal. I will attack him with the land itself.
So is that a heavy weapon then?
A maul.
Well,
You're wielding your maul.
I was getting there. I was allowing a build up, but you beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
You literally hit him with a maul.
Yep.
So in your mind, I'll allow you to do medium damage. And then the extra is going to be another 3 on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another 7. It's down a total of 14 so far, and starting to see chinks in it. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight into it with your attack. You get flashes of Christian regalia, essentially, in your mind, and sense a fear of these things from this creature.
Oh. How familiar am I with like Christian theology as a child of the wastes?
Well, that's kind of up to you. I mean, I'm sure it lives on in pockets.
I mean, yeah, like, and there are probably churches and places like those buildings. You cannot swing a cat by the tail in my hometown and not hit a church. So, all right, I will file that away.
Why people are swinging cats by their tail, I don't know, but I don't recommend it.
No, it's a good way to get scratched up.
For sure. All right. So Goggles, back to you.
Okay.
Hey, then I get
I'm watching Red do all this weird stuff.
You will after they go one more time.
I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to do mental things or not because it's her mind. And I feel like because I'm still super cautious that these could be her memories or things that are just taking manifest, because I really don't know how mindscapes work. I'm not a mental character. This is all new to me. I'm just going to keep slugging him.
Okay.
I'm going to try to. And I can't really afford to spend effort, so we're just going with a straight roll here. 9.
Not going to do it, but on the plus side, it's not a GM intrusion.
Hey. That's true. Ones are the worst.
Like the one I'm going to do to you now.
Oh, great.
So as you first of all, you can give your XP to somebody.
I feel like it makes the most narrative sense to give it to Red because she is currently the one whose mind we're in.
Okay. So, as you go to attack, this thing grabs you by either side of your head and begins to stare into your eyes.
Oh my.
And you can feel it not attacking your mind, but the mind of the Giznor within you.
Oh no. No.
Yeah. So they begin kind of like screaming in terror. And you're going to have to give me intellect check 4, or challenge 4, so 12, in order to keep them under control.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. Let's see.
This is amazing.
Oh no. It's a natural 1.
No!
Oh no.
Okay.
I was like, please be a 7. Please be a 7. No, the 7's on the side beside it. Oh boy.
You hear a whisper in your mind. We'll play later. Red, you see the Giznor blast apart around Goggles. And Goggles fly through the air, through the wall of the mall. And Blue, you see Goggles' whole body just jerk as he flies away from Red. And you hear him groaning as Goggles, as you get ejected from the mind of Red.
Oh no.
And
no.
You hear the lingering laughter of this creature, and also the whimpers and cries of the Giznor in your mind.
You got a lot of entities in you, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
With that, the creature turns to you, Red. Looks like it's just you and I now, little one. And it lunges at you.
All right. Okay, I can spend points again thanks to Blue, and I'm gonna.
Hang in there, Red.
13.
13. And how many points did you spend?
I mean, I spent the points that I needed to bring it down the...
Well, you can bring it down 1 or 2.
2.
So that would have
That's-
brought it to a 12. So
5. Then you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
So however you want to block, you do. Whether it's conjuring your hook swords or something mental.
Okay, so I conjure my hook swords and I hold them in front of me in the shape of a cross.
It repels it momentarily, the throwing off its strike. Greg, you kind of like come back to yourself.
Okay, I still like sort of cradling Lilac, and I'll say like, "It's okay, sweetie. Like you'll be okay now. I know you're really scared. Believe me, I know why you're scared. But do you remember anything that the bad woman said when she put this entity in you? Did she call it by a name or anything? I know it's hard to remember, but did
She looks
call
up
it
at
anything?
she looks up at you with kind of a blank look on her face. What?
I'll reflect like a pastoral like screensaver scene of just like pleasant meadow.
Yeah. What entity, Mr. Greg? And why am I on the ground? And where did my clothes go? Are you a bad man?
Okay. No,
You wiped out the last 5 minutes.
I'm not sure what I am, but it's okay. It's okay. I really bet that would probably be my turn. I mean, I didn't have anything else to do, so I'll just comfort her and sort of shield her from danger, and that's it.
Yeah. So immediately, like after you ask, you realize I wiped out the last 5 minutes of her memory.
Oh yeah. It threw me off because I have those memories now. It's like I experienced them.
Yeah. Well, we could say like that could have been the round of you being stunned because your character would kind of know that you wiped out her mind because I told you that it works.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're safe now. The thing that was hurting you is gone, but it's in my friend Red right now, and she's trying to fight it off for you. But you're okay. I am gonna just sort of like, like kind of squish her, in my suit, and just I'll just like. How far are we? Are we far from Myrtle Heidi Hole, or she was? No, she was there, right?
Yeah, she's just. You guys
I'll just sort of like comfort her for this round. I'll be like, do you have anywhere that you feel safe? Like, do you have your stuff or your other clothes or whatever? I'll just spend my round like comforting her.
Okay, so you spend a round.
I'll try to squish in there with her. I'll try to like squeeze my like body into there.
So you usher her back into her hidey hole.
Yeah.
Blue, what do you got going on?
That's it.
All right. Well, whatever kind of connection I had to send mental energy into Red, I want to try and see if I can tap into that as I imagine Goggles did, and see if I can try to actually get in there. I don't have any magical powers or psionic powers or whatever have you. But if I can even get in there and, take one attack that Red doesn't, that's one more round that, they've got to be able to fend this off. And I've got nothing else that I think I can do. So that's what I would like to attempt.
I would like to point out that he is always on my mind.
Like
give me an intellect check of 5.
5, huh? That is exactly a 15.
For the next round, Red can use your intellect pool.
I don't know what your intellect pool is.
I've got.
She doesn't. Or they do not know what your intellect pool is.
Nope.
After taking 8 points of damage to send energy your way, I have 5 points left.
Okay.
So you have got a 5-point shield.
4. I'm not gonna kill you, damn it.
He's got to lose 2 pools to die.
Yeah, I wouldn't
okay,
die.
that's
I
fair.
would just, I would be in a stupor.
Ooh.
You'd be spent.
Yeah.
Kaput.
I vibe.
So with that, back on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this guy to church. I am sure that there is a cathedral somewhere that we've like bunkered down in before, because like those are sturdy walls. Like you would be stupid not to use that. And I'm sure that like some of the iconography, the stained glass windows, like this is where I recognize this from. Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
so that will automatically give you an asset as you change the landscape against it. Both to your attack and your defense.
Even here in the darkest of places, and I'm gonna like so you know how I like wrapped myself in light before? I'm gonna like pull it in through all the windows and like just focus down on this guy from all directions with that. 18.
Oh, 18. Nice. So that's going to do 6 points of damage. And blasting it and ripping at it, driving him to one knee. It kind of looks up at you and, makes a final attempt to rip at you and reaches for you with that clawed hand. Give me a defense roll. So it would be a 6, but it's a 5 now.
All right. I am gonna take 2 points from blue because otherwise I am putting myself into like too far of the danger zone to bring this down as far as I can. And my roll is a 12.
That's exactly what you needed.
Okay, I didn't know if matching would work.
It does. Take an XP and give one to whoever you want.
Blue, because you helped me here.
So the light rips him apart. As he's reaching for you. And creates this kind of this explosion on the outside of red, of light and dark energy that kind of ripples over all of you. So Red, Goggles, and Grig take 2 points of might damage.
Ooh.
I imagine that I was still trying to squish into that hole and just my back's like legs are sticking out and take the damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much was
Blue.
it? 2?
Yeah, it's only 2. Blue, you also get blown back, but you don't physically take any damage. And they're all kind of just laying there, panting from stress and effort. That rippling effect that was going on beneath Red's clothing is gone. Maybe you see some of the perspiration kind of glistening on the one hand that is uncovered from Red. Goggles is breathing heavily and sweating. Blue, his fur looks a little matted in places and frizzed in others. And Greg is just a pair of legs kicking. And
God, that was so clutch.
with that, it was just kind of like silence that wasn't there before.
I would imagine as soon as I've got the ability to scramble up, I would be going back to Red to make sure that she's okay.
I'm probably just lying on the ground right now. Like, that took a lot out of me. I am dazed. I'm like,
Ow.
Goggles, you're kind of like coming to the realization that the damaged psyche of the Giznor is even a little more damaged than it was before. And
no.
you can kind of feel their pain as they're coping with something that is inexplainable to them. They don't understand. They're beings of pure intellect, and they have no concept of faith.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that.
So I
that
imagine.
hurt.
Oh,
That
sorry. Go ahead.
hurt. Is everybody okay?
So physically, other than the I guess the sprained ankle that I have from when I tried to sneak away and stubbed my toe, um, but I'm down most of my intellect pool. So I imagine the effort I've got, bleeding from my nose and ears that I don't really know about. It's just, there.
You'd probably hear a muffled, "Is everybody okay? I think I'm stuck." And you just see his legs kicking.
I'm just.
Oh, Greg.
Watch your suit. Watch your suit.
I think we're okay. Ed? Ed?
Huh? What?
Are you okay?
I think I will. Oh, you're bleeding.
What?
I proceed to sit up and just like hug Blue. Just gonna pull him into my lap for a minute, like when you're like hugging your dog, but in a less pet kind of way. I'm gonna stop describing this because it's getting worse the more I talk. But you know what I mean.
Listen, I hug my pet more, or my dog more like it's a person than I hug people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me too, but I know not everybody does. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me too, but I know not everybody does.
Yeah. So you give a hug to Blue, and you all kind of are collecting yourself, and after Grig gets out of the hole, a few moments later, Lilac emerges, looking just as dirty as before, but wearing a different set of coveralls and a blue and white striped shirt.
Really
And,
close striped shirts.
Yeah, and then she picks up her nick.
Did she have a lisp like Cindy Brady too, or did she get through that episode already?
She might have gotten through it already. And then picks up her nick cat from the ground. How did you get here?
Well,
where'd the cat come from?
I'll sort of like lean in towards, but like erased her memory.
Not Cap.
Oh, Cap. Okay.
Oh,
Cap,
she was talking to her cat.
Cap.
Her
Yeah,
cat
she picked
saying,
up.
How did that?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
How did we get here?
No.
Wow.
How are you feeling, Red?
Like I just fought a demon.
I believe you actually defied all known scientific scans that appeared, for all intents and purposes, to be a biblical entity from some sort of nether realm.
That was so cool.
Are those made up words?
Well, all words are made up, Blue.
But I don't know biblical. You said a couple other things that.
It was a old book of wisdom and occult lore that a lot of people found comfort in before all this happened.
I tend to rely on people.
That's a good outlook.
So, you okay, Red?
I will be.
Is Lilac okay, Greg?
I believe so. The unknown energy signature is gone, and the tremendous amount of pain she withstood by its manifestation is also.
What about you, Goggles? Right? You went like flying.
Yeah, I mean, physically I'm okay, but the Giznor don't seem to be that way.
Oh no!
Nothing
What happened?
hurt them. I don't know. He hurt them in a way
Poor
that
people, they've gone through so much.
they've never been. And I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right.
I mean, we gotta at some point in time when we deal with this pain in the ass, and he just kind of points to the road in the direction we're supposed to be going. Maybe we can find somebody that knows things about mind crystals, and maybe we can help them.
I'd like that, Blue.
Maybe.
I mean, I know you gotta get to the moon at some point in time, Greg, but
I would like to go there. Wouldn't it be something if both those paths intersected? But in the meantime, I could not imagine a kinder heart for these poor people to reside in. I'll put my hand on Goggle's shoulder.
You know what, though?
With what?
I think this encounter gave me some hope.
Well, that's wonderful.
Think about it. Marina needed help from this guy, and he needed her help. We defeated him. And clearly, if he was this powerful and she thought that he could help her or was powerful enough to help her, we can probably take her.
How long before she realizes we bested her demon?
I don't know. These are matters wholly foreign to me, but she is a real bitch, right? I mean,
Right.
damn, y'all.
I will
Yeah.
say that this was one dude inside a little girl and then inside a friend. She's got an army. And I'm not talking about these.
Right.
Well,
Maybe we
if
should
she is
start
a-
with resting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if she does have an army of angry, demonically possessed soldiers, we, Goggles, you sort of have an army of displaced people looking for a home that might not want to see this world get destroyed by diabolical magic either.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
In the meantime, a rest does sound good because that took a lot. It looks like it took a lot out of it. I read, though, I know it's probably traumatizing, or it might be, but I'm really fascinated by what went on in your mind.
No, I wouldn't consider that to be traumatizing. I will gladly talk to you about it. It was difficult, but I mean, he was a big guy covered in horns. I've seen worse mutations in the wastes.
Well, for all his big, nasty size, he was pretty small in the end, right?
Oh no, he was still pretty big. It just,
It was
size
one of
doesn't matter, Greg. I say,
Touche.
What?
My trauma
Where
with
was the big monster man? I didn't see any big monster men.
Yeah, about that. That nasty woman who came through your town left a dangerous trap for us here, and I was able to shield your mind from the pain of that.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad I didn't stumble into that.
Yeah, it would have been truly horrifying and incredibly painful.
Which is to say that he's very thankful you're okay. Goggle
Yeah.
just kind of inserts himself.
Pretty sure you would have died horribly, kid.
I was kind of thinking, I'm
If
like,
you're lucky.
I am living those memories like they happened to me now, so it's a little painful.
So I guess we really need to, again, reevaluate what our plan of action is from here. We've got bodies, we've got Lilac, and we've got a mission.
I've got to say, I was a little wary of what we were going to do about this marinara problem, but I mean, she's really a bee.
Mm-hmm.
Imperiling little kids and stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, the moon probably isn't going anywhere unless it deteriorates and falls to the earth or something like that, which would be rather intriguing.
And
Barring
bad.
any-
That would
any-
be bad, right?
Who knows?
Because
bad.
then it would bring all the lunar demons with it, and we just fought one demon, and I don't want to have to fight a whole bunch of them.
True.
Oh God, are the
They
lunar
don't look
demons
like-
that kind of demon? I'm gonna like lie on the ground and roll like a path over to a wall and just kind of curl up there for a minute.
But yeah, Goggles, I gotta say, you've given me hope as well. I mean, we did just defeat some powerful actually all of you, some powerful creature that she felt she needed the aid of.
I will say you've all faced lunar demons, and they did not seem to give off the supernatural terror that you experienced in the presence of this
They're
creature.
Daemons, and this was a Demon.
They were scary, don't get me wrong, but this thing was a different type of scary.
Yeah.
And also
between a construct and a fiend.
Yeah, I think, Greg, did you scan them?
Probably.
So yeah, I think you did scan them, and the scan was much, much different.
Okay. I do like to use my abilities frequently. And
Not to diminish the threat of the lunar demons, but
sure. We'll put a pin in the lunar demons.
So I don't know where everybody else stands. I'm, 13 points down, and don't expect me to be able to completely cover that using all of my remaining recovery rolls. So it looks like we're probably going to be here for a bit.
Yeah, I'm 21 points down.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I'm like un poco fools.
Yeah, that was really clutch. Like
Yeah,
I realize how close we all came to dying just now.
I forget. I know we were discussing possibilities of what to do with Lilac, but that wasn't with her, or was it with her?
she
Is that
was.
what we were talking about when she transformed?
She was. I think she might have been like aware of the discussion. I think it was before you went and investigated.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
she had
hangar.
said that she really wasn't interested in going back to Pure Town because she doesn't know anyone there. But no matter where she goes, she's not going to know anyone. That was our kind of viewpoint. And as adorable as she is, she'll make friends quickly in Pure Town. But the other thought pattern was that if we went north and tried to get ahead of, Marinara, that we would save the 2-day trip back and forth and just try to give her a new town that direction.
Oh, that's right. We floated the idea of hooking her up with Upgrade and having him upgrade Dead Fall Downs and be sort of like her protector. Was that?
Right.
I know the idea was floated.
You would put that idea out there, but he's, looking at doing salvage missions, and it was very intrigued by that idea.
Yeah. Well, can I try to find us a place to sleep and something I can cook up into food?
So both of those things are very feasible. And also it's going to be much easier with Lilac there to assist, because she knows the town very well, and she knows where things are. And, now she's not as concerned about hiding as she was. She feels very comfortable and confident with the new protectors who she's found. So yes, you were able to find a place to shack up, which is basically like there's a basement that's left of a building. Everything else kind of collapsed on it, but the interior of the basement is still intact, and it's got a set of those doors that open up from the ground.
Oh, okay.
Brain's not working right now.
Storm doors? Is that what those are called?
Nah, they're called something else.
Velcro doors?
The Belco doors. That's exactly what they're called. I worked in a lumberyard for a long time. I'm like, I should know this. I've loaded many of these onto a truck or car. So they're kind of intact in the basement below, as well as places to find goods. There's even a like a wood burning stove down there. You can find some things to burn and cook up a meal.
Cool. Very cool. So I will definitely do that.
Which she's very appreciative of, because she hasn't had a cooked meal since before the army came through.
So is there any chance of scouting around town, trying to see if there's anything that was left behind that might be of value on our continued mission?
Yeah, give me a kind of a salvage check.
Ooh,
Perception?
salvage check.
Yes, perception will do the trick.
Rolling a d6 is probably not helpful.
No, Red, if you wish to assist, you automatically get an asset because you were a scavenger.
Yes, I help.
Should have asked what the DC was, but I've got an 11. I am trained, so
Okay. So it's automatically going to come down by 2. So that is going to do it.
I hit a 5.
Okay, so you find 2 ciphers.
Ooh,
You may distribute however you like, and I will
Cypher.
send them over to you. Come on. And if you wish to decide to and tell us how they look, you may do that as well.
On the edge of my seat.
Dun, dun, dun. There's one.
Where are you putting these? Oh, he's just sending them right to there.
Oh,
I did send it.
Ooh, he's getting fancy with the.
Yeah.
so the
Secrets.
the first one looks like a handheld device that has a cone that sticks out as opposed to like a gun barrel.
Okay.
The other one. That's a pretty interesting.
I like that.
I'm just, I'm going to steal Dave's thunder and I'm just going to send this to the group.
So you're rummaging around, and basically, Lila kind of takes you to where the
Ooh.
where one of the leaders had lived, to kind of rummage there, and it's something that they actually had in a safe that you're able to crack and find that in.
So I'm going to go crazy, and the second one is totally a scroll. Like it's actually, a newly created, magic scroll.
Ooh,
Ooh, we have magic now.
I like that. Left behind by Marinara.
Oh,
Also,
maybe
stolen from her.
stolen from them.
Could be bad if she's kind of anti-magic and magic. She could counterspell it or something. But it's totally looks like an ice wall. So
Oh, I like that. I like both those very much.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I found a couple of things. Might be able to give us a hand.
So, are you just gonna take me to that town, or are you gonna bring me with you? Or maybe, I don't know. It seems okay here now. I could probably maybe just stay here. I know where
I don't
things
think it's
are.
safe. I don't think it's safe for you to stay here.
I'm really good at hiding.
Yeah, but are you good at finding dinner for yourself when things start getting, cold?
Oh, well, I didn't think
And
about that.
you should take it from me. It's good to have somebody around that you kind of care about and trust. Because when you're by yourself, if something bad goes wrong, you got nobody. Having somebody
Emily can
else.
save your life. And I smile at Blue.
Yeah, I definitely would want to have someone save my life.
Well, that's what friends are for.
I feel like something happened back there, and I feel like you all saved my life.
Well, you don't need to worry about that because that part's over now. You just need to get somewhere safer.
Well, that's good because I don't want to run out of clothes.
Was that something that was a problem before?
Yeah, like earlier today when whatever happened. I don't know what happened to my clothes. They're all ripped up.
Yeah, there was a problem that Red helped you with.
Well, she kind of comes over and looks up at Red, and Red is like short, right?
Yes.
And she like reaches for your hands, and she kind of comes. She's kind of tall for a tween, so she probably comes up. She's like a head shorter than you,
Yeah.
and she reaches for your hands and grabs them and kind of like takes them to her cheek and looks up at you. Thank you.
You are quite welcome. Someday, you are going to be in a position where you get to help somebody too, and I hope you do it.
Well, when I grow up, I hope I can be as brave as you.
You know what? You are already braver than a lot of the adults I know. I'm sure you will be.
So I'm going to go back to that town then?
Yes.
No, we're gonna take you on ahead, and we're gonna find you a town full of people that will help you out and take care of you. And we'll get ahead of Marinara and get the warning out so that they can not have to go through what you did.
Oh, okay, if you think that that's a good idea, then we should do that.
So
She looks up at you with big, trusting lavender eyes.
So Blue pulls out one of his many sharpened pieces of metal, basically a dagger. He's like, here.
What's that for?
Well, if you ever feel threatened or there's somebody wants to do you harm, you stab them.
And just be careful not to touch the blade yourself because it's sharp.
Okay. I mean, I was always told that it's not nice to poke people with stuff,
but if they're not being nice, it's okay.
Okay, I will only stab not nice people.
Well, ones that are actually scary though. It's okay if you feel threatened is basically what I'm saying.
Don't let people hurt you.
So like this?
That was pretty good.
She's like concentrating extra hard. Her knuckles are white. She's gripping it so hard. And after a while, she goes and kind of curls up with the sharpened piece of metal to go to sleep.
Totally cutting herself tonight.
So while they were doing that, since I don't need to eat or anything, and those memories really freaked me out, I'm going to just sort of float up in the night sky and kind of extend my consciousness through my various ESP abilities and just scan for any other traces of that magical demonic energy. Because not only did it freak me out, but I'm just curious, it was just interesting. Is there any sort of trail or residue or just
there is?
But mostly just for oh, is there? Oh, I was just RPing, but sure. Lay it on me.
So it actually leads you back to the hangar where you were. And amongst the debris, you find a couple items. It looks like a hairbrush is one of them with some purple hair in it.
Okay.
There's a black candle a white candle,
Mhm,
a
mhm.
just like a small animal carcass. It's like it's some kind of rodent, probably a mutated rat,
Okay.
and a couple
Is there
coins.
oh,
So
a couple
she
coins? And
specifically
where was this at?
targeted the little girl.
So it was in the hangar off to the corner. Like when you
Mm.
guys went through here and kind of searched, it just looks like debris. But like you can, so you can actually see like the
I
energy
spent many
field.
points.
You can see the energy
Really?
field, and faintly scratched into the surface of the ground is a circle with a star in it. You would know as a pentagram, with these objects set around it, and there's a just like a
I
pinprick of
will.
energy that seems to be in the center. That's kind of like almost like a candle's flame, just barely flickering.
Okay, oh, interesting. And there's no dead people around other than this petrified things that we destroyed,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay. I will say, interesting. Gotcha, bitch. And I'll go back to the basement where my friends were, and I will. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like late at night or something, and I'll say that I think I've found at least a clue to our Marinera's power.
Oh,
One.
When I erased Lilac's memories of that pain, it showed me that there really is a lot more to the universe than I thought. Let's put it that way. And I, frankly, kind of freaked me out. And I wanted to see if there was any other of those entities around or any way to track them. And I picked up an energy signature that led me back to that hangar where her house was at. And I'll take them. I'll be like, well, come with me. I'll show you. And I don't know if you want to accompany Greg, but he'll
Yes.
bring you back to that
definitely.
hangar, and I'll point to that stuff on the ground because I didn't touch it. And I'll be like, that's how she's doing her magic. Not exactly sure, but these are all sort of archaic myths about manipulating, I don't know, universal energies with signs. Like you see that circular shape there. That's a very common arcane occult symbol. And sort of like get down, like if you see real close on this brush, I think it's Lilac's hair. And a lot of this sort of sympathetic magic worked that way, at least according to myths and legends, that these magic users had to have like components from the people that they direct their magic towards. I admit it was just considered a lot of hoo-ha during my time, but it seems to actually work in Marina's case.
Yeah,
So-
Red is not happy.
She specifically targeted this little girl.
Yep. That is exactly what that means.
Why would she do that, such a thing? I mean, other than just being a horrendous biatch. Like, did she leave her alive on purpose as a trap for us?
That's what it looks like.
That's just
Maybe she figured that she wouldn't be able to resist the demon
Did
because she's
the,
just a little girl.
that's interesting.
did the creature say anything when it was in your mind, Red?
The creature said, I think you guys heard it say that Marinera just, wanted it to take down the people that were standing in her way or wanted to track her. But nothing like specifically about Lilac.
Well, maybe it wasn't about the girl, and it was about whoever was causing a problem for her. Every little trap and thing in your way, one less problem you have to deal with later. If we're removed before we can even cause a problem, she wins.
Until
Yeah.
the next one comes along.
But by that same token, I think what this means to me is that she doesn't have her own power. She needs these things, artifacts, sigils. She's creating it. So if we could cut her off from her implements, maybe we could have another hand. I'd imagine this transportable house she has must keep a lot of her, whatever this is, ritual stuff.
Hmm.
At least it's something to go on.
Yeah.
She's not generating her ever magical power herself. She's using a third
So-
party in essence.
So is this something that can be done quickly, or is this like need like setup? And
I have no idea. Like I said, this was just the realm of fantasy games and myth when I was in my time.
So
I don't know.
if this is from your myth, what would defeat such a person?
It's a good question. You two are scavengers. Have you ever come across any like libraries or any? I mean, this landscape's largely unknown to me. I didn't really study such things. It was just considered fantasy, not real.
I know maps and I like plants. That's what I've tended to read.
Sometimes plants were considered to have mystical properties of protection. That's something.
Would I know anything about that, Dave? Was botany come in handy at all here?
Wolf's Bane.
I
and
think-
who knows?
I think by itself, no. If you had something to cross-reference, then you might be like, oh, that might be this, or that might
Right.
be that.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
totally is fine with me. Botany was one of those things. I'm like, sure, why not? Like,
Hey, man. That's why I mentioned it. Actually, I was like, maybe, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to make of it, but
so it still comes down to that she's got an army, and unless we've got some way to, set up a battle line between the four of us and only her, that's the only time I really think it's worthwhile to go in for a fight. I still think that our best bet is to gather the intel, as stealthily as possible, and warn whatever villages we can from between here and New Manhattan, and get back to the gates. It's not super heroic, but we are not an army. We are four and a half.
Oh.
Count Lilac.
we've certainly gathered tremendous amount of info just from our time in this town so far.
We know more than we did.
What if we don't need an army?
We need a leggy.
What if we have a horde?
What do you
Here's
mean?
my thought. If we're already sneaking in to get intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're inside. So what if this is just a wild speculation based on recent events? What if we used being inside to make everyone else be outside at moonrise?
Oh my gosh, that's incredible, Gaggles.
I don't understand.
The demons would just carry off this horde, this army.
Well, I think she's probably aware of when the demons are going to come.
True. Well, we'll just have to keep gathering intelligence, but dovetailing from Gaggle's speculation, what if she's using some sort of sympathetic magic like this to protect her forces? If we could neutralize that.
What if we made Moonrise come early?
Oh, you guys are.
How?
I'm really rubbing off on y'all, aren't I? I love it.
Like, not for real. I mean, we can't control the moon, but what? Unless you think we can.
I don't know.
I mean, I know you've been wanting to go there. What if we could use that?
I like this direction. You mean if we could somehow fool them into thinking it was rising?
Yeah. Like, give off the signs and symptoms. I mean, we could use that to trick them, or if we could actually make the moon rise early and we got them outside and caught them out on a moon night,
Either
that
way,
takes
she'd
care
show
of the
her-
army.
I don't think playing the full game is gonna work, because like all that's gonna do is cause panic, and then when the demons don't come, then they realize that they've been tricked, and then what? You know,
They'll try to kill us and be angry.
It's a minor thing. I don't think we're potent enough to move massive chunks of earth in the sky. We're not mages. I mean, hey, we found magic, and I'll like wiggle the scroll around a little bit, but this doesn't move moons. This makes ice.
Well, something moved that moon and caused all this. Caused those people over there to turn to stone and that sweet little girl to turn into a demon.
Well, magic certainly exists, and if we can find something that goes in that direction, then I'm all for it. But we really should be.
So the three of you, I would say, having lived through it in this world, all of your lives and understanding the lunar cycle, and just how people will hunker down when the moon rises, that a super large group like this would be outside and exposed, and normally would be kind of rife for the picking for lunar daemons. It does seem odd that they're able to move around even during when the moon rises and not be harried, because it would be a pretty inviting target.
Yeah, she's got some kind of magical protection.
So, I mean, I
So we
honestly
sneak in, smash the magic implements before the moon rises, and get out.
Well, that's definitely something to consider.
It is.
So, I mean, I'm all for, having multiple ideas and being, we're intelligent. We can formulate several hypotheses or, plans of action. And as we get closer and closer, just work on the ones that we have and work towards, whatever ends we can actually meet. The more
That is our MO, Blue. We're flying by the seat of our pants.
Is that what scouts normally do?
It's a controlled fall if you have the right tools and mindset.
Okay.
So, before we all actually bunker down for the night, Red is gonna take off for a little bit, somewhere more secluded, and she's going to set her swords down the same way that she held them against the demon in the shape of the cross, and she's gonna sit down and she's gonna try the praying thing, because it worked against the demon, and if Marinara has got these forces that are protecting her and this force protected Red, she's like, maybe we can use that. So she does. That's just what she's doing right now.
Yeah, so you do feel a little comfort in that. It does seem to make the shadows of the night a little less dark than they were before.
Cool. This is me proceeding to take a level in Paladin.
And so, as you all kind of bed down, Blue, Goggles, Red, your dreams are kind of haunted by visions of far away burning places. Except for Red, as these things come up, you keep kind of in your dream envisioning these crossed swords, and it kind of drives back these eerie voices and the smell of brimstone and fire and shadow, making your sleep a little more peaceful than it might have otherwise been. But Goggles and Blue, you definitely have your sleeps are kind of troubled, and when the three of you wake in the morning, you have this disquieted feel about you, and you know you had bad dreams. You just don't know what they were about. And at the same time, Red, you get a little bit of that foreboding like the other two, but also you feel something else. It's kind of like steeled your resolve as well. Yeah. The last thing you hear as you awaken, Red, is the sound of a bell ringing in the distance.
Okay. Interesting. I like that.
And you're not quite sure what that means.
I will definitely tell everybody about it, though, because, you know, like they've been playing with our senses before. That could be relevant.
Wait, normally
Can we not?
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Can we not talk about bells in the morning? I did not have good sleep.
I know normally I have pleasant lucid dreaming, but boy, that was just a horrific hellscape for much of the night.
I actually slept all right. Like it tried to be bad. It just kind of wasn't.
Well, you experienced a triumphant moment against the forces of darkness yesterday. I would hope you would rest easy.
Lilac awakens, kind of like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, probably the first one up. Mr. Goggles, are you going to cook more food again?
Apparently, yes.
And she's already gathered up a bunch of stuff, some of which go together and some of which do not. But there's enough to prepare a meal.
Lesson 1.
So we're going to use these things to make this. These things are called junk food, and we don't use them in anything.
Yeah, there's definitely like 2 packs of Twinkies that have been unopened.
I see them and I say, it's true, they would survive. Fascinating.
And with that, a lot of you are able to head out, and you know you're able to like flank and get ahead of what you perceive to be the army of Marina and the Merciless and her horde, and you know close in on the next settlement. Are you kind of like going out of the way so that it's not like you're not dropping Lilac in one that's going to be swept up in their path?
Doesn't Blue have like cartography?
Navigation and geography.
Yeah.
But you did develop like a rudimentary map of the wasteland, sort of?
We had something based on what.
Is she moving in a pentagram pattern? I ask him as we're walking. I'll consult with him. It occurs to me, is she moving like?
I think she's just trying to move to whatever the closest village is. I think was the information we had gotten before.
Right, but we didn't think of it in a pentagram form before. Like if you laid it out on a map,
it does not appear to be a pentagram.
Okay. Sure, I just knew maybe she was doing some gigantic spell. I don't know.
That was a good thought, though. That would be very terrifying.
Maybe we could. That'd be powerful enough to at least make the illusion of a moon, or if not, actually draw it forth. I trail off as I'm just in my usual weird way of. Did I say that out loud?
So you're able to. Blue is able to figure out like how far out of the way that you think would be safe, and that would be out of the way for them, and so we're gonna finish off with you guys kind of coming up on the settlement on the horizon, and this time you do see smoke, but in the inviting way.
Yes,
look, it's inviting smoke.
As if cook fires are being.
The smoke is doing this.
Yes, cook fires are being fired up for the evening as people get ready to prepare meals and celebrate another day survived in the Armageddon that has become life.
Nice.
So with that,
Yeah.
we will wrap up here. And thanks everyone for watching and hanging out with us. Thank you for my players for playing. And we will be back next week for session 10 already. So we're getting close to the end.
Ooh.
So we'll be wrapping up before you know it. And we'll see. We'll see if they're able to save New Manhattan or not. And with that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.